Imagine you wake up every single morning with $86,400 deposited into your bank account. There's only one catch. The bank doesn't carry the balance over to the next day. Every evening, it deletes whatever part of the balance you failed to use. What would you do? You would draw out every cent, right? I mean, that's what I would do. Well, you and I have such a bank, and it is called time. Every morning, it credits you with 86,400 seconds. Every night, it writes it off as a loss. Whatever you have failed to invest in a good purpose is gone. This account carries over no balance. It allows no overdraft. If you fail to use the day's deposits, the loss is yours. There's no going back. There is no drawing against tomorrow. You must live in the present day on today's deposits. That's why in this episode, I want to talk with you about why time isn't money, but it is a close cousin. Now, let's grow. Before we get started, I want to let you know that this episode is presented by the No Negative Energy Life brand, a life coaching resource and media edutainment outlet that seeks to help human beings to consciously expose and diminish the impact of negative thoughts and ultimately replace them with positive ones that will increase one's ability to thrive. Check us out at nonegative.energy. That is no negative, all one phrase, .energy. Let's start with this foundational thought today. It has been said that time equals life. Therefore, waste your time and you waste your life. Or master your time and you master your life. Time is not merely an abstract concept. It is the currency of your existence. The difference between those who feel constantly rushed and those who feel in control often comes down to their philosophical approach to this currency. Research shows that a significant portion of the population, often over a third, feels this constant time crunch, experiencing daily stress from feeling rushed. This isn't necessarily about having less time, but about misalignment between how time is spent and what truly matters. Studies suggest that people who have a sweet spot of around 3.5 hours of free time a day report the highest levels of happiness and lower stress. Too little free time leads to stress. Too much free time, especially if unstructured and solitary, can lead to a lower sense of productivity and well-being. Now, I want to share with you 5 key points today about time. And I want to show you how to use or spend your time effectively. Here we go. Point number 1. We need to shift from time management to energy management. We often treat time like a bucket we need to cram as much into as possible. But time is infinite. Energy, though, is not. What's the science behind this, you may ask? High performers don't just work more hours. Research shows that human focus follows ultradian rhythms, which run in cycles of about 90 minutes. After 90 minutes of high-intensity work, your brain's vibrational frequency drops, and you begin to experience diminishing returns. You see, you can't manage 2 p.m. the same way you manage 8 a.m. If you spend your high energy morning hours answering trivial emails, you are spending gold to buy copper. Successful people guard their peak biological prime time like a vault. This leads to the idea of what is known as the power of eating the frog. You see, Mark Twain's famous quote, often adapted by self-help authors, is this: "Eat a live frog the first thing in the morning, and nothing worse will happen to you the rest of the day." The frog is your most dreaded, most difficult, highest impact task. Our willpower and cognitive energy are strongest earlier in the day. By tackling your frog first, you use your peak energy for your most important work, giving you a powerful sense of accomplishment that carries you through the rest of the day. I heard a person say once, "I'm a person of many moods, but productive is a rare limited edition release." Just know this, that you will not always be productive, but you can use your peak times to be more effective. Productivity expert Peter Drucker cautioned, "Nothing is less productive than to make more efficient what should not be done at all." So that's point number one, moving from time management to energy management. Point number two is this: you must overcome the psychology of later. This is about conquering procrastination. There's that word again. Success is often buried under the things we are going to do. Procrastination isn't a character flaw, and it's not even a lack of discipline, but it is an emotional defense mechanism. Studies on task completion show that we avoid tasks because they represent a threat to our ego or to our comfort. We aren't avoiding the work. That's not the issue. We are avoiding the discomfort associated with the work. So success requires what is known as a now bias. The most successful people in the world don't have more willpower than you. Trust me, my friend, they don't. They simply have shorter gaps between thinking and doing. Every minute you spend getting ready to get ready is a minute stolen from your success legacy. Christopher Parker said, "Procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill." Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Also, know where your time goes with the use of a time log. This is a very important tool. You can't manage what you don't measure. Before you create a perfect schedule, spend a week recording your time in, say, 15-minute intervals. This practice, used by time management experts, helps you honestly see how much time is lost to activities like social media, non-essential meetings, or everyday distractions. Remember, don't just list what you do, list what you avoid. Procrastination is a major time waster. But as writer Edward Young noted, procrastination is the thief of time. The time log helps you confront the tasks you are delaying. Point number 3. Are you ready for this? Recognize the myth of the multitasker. I love this point. In a world where busyness is a prize, we've been lied to about multitasking. Did you know that your brain cannot actually do 2 cognitive tasks at once? Our brains actually toggle. You see, every time you switch from a deep project to check a notification, you pay what is known as a switching cost. You see, on average, it takes 23 minutes to get back to your original level of deep focus after breaking it. So to be successful, you must master what we know as monotasking. Give your total focus to one thing at a time. When you are with your family, be there. When you are building or working on your craft, be there. Depth is where the value is. Shallowness is where the noise resides. Listen to this thought. If you are such a great multitasker, when listening to music in your car and looking for a parking spot at the same time, why do you turn the radio down so that you can see better? Interesting, right? All right, let's move on. Point number 4, audit your social and mental real estate. Who and what is occupying your time? Success isn't just about what you do. It's about what you stop doing. We often prioritize people and tasks that have no place in our future. You must audit your schedule. If a habit, a meeting, or a relationship doesn't contribute to your next act or your ultimate purpose, it is a squatter in your mental real estate. You cannot reach for your future if your hands are still full of yesterday's junk. Warren Buffett said, the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. And you know what? He's absolutely right. The most powerful time management tool is often the word no. Every time you say yes to something that is of low value, you are implicitly saying no to something very important. Entrepreneur Jim Rohn noted this. He said, you don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value that you bring to the hour. Protecting your time means protecting your focus on high value, high impact activities. Don't be afraid to politely decline commitments that don't align with your core goals or your core values. And then finally, point number 5. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Learn the legacy of the clock. We must realize that time management is ultimately legacy management. Effective time use isn't just about spreadsheets and calendars, but it's about your well-being. We often view breaks as optional or a reward for finishing something. This is a huge mistake. Various studies have shown that employees and students who schedule breaks report better work-life balance and significantly less stress than those who don't. Regular breaks are not a luxury. They are a productivity requirement that helps sustain focus and prevent burnout. I'm one of those people that likes to just go at it for as long as I can. I got to get it done. I got to go through without taking a break. That is the wrong thing to do. And when I finally understood that I need to take these breaks, my productivity level increased. I was sharper in my thinking in the way that I saw things. The next thing under this subject matter is prioritize your health. Allocate non-negotiable time for exercise, for sleep, and for human connection. A person once said, I must govern the clock and not be governed by it. You control your calendar, and your health must be non-negotiable. Research data on life satisfaction shows that individuals who align their daily schedule with their core values report a 40% higher sense of fulfillment. Success is simply the alignment of your clock with your why. Why are you doing things? Why does this matter? When you align your clock to that, productivity rises, fulfillment rises. You see, success isn't a destination. It's a series of well-managed days. Wow. You are currently writing the story of your life with the pen of how I spent today. You, my friends, are the author. Don't let someone else hold the pen. Stephen Wright, the comedian, said this. He said, "I intend to live forever. So far, so good." But since we know that's not the case, let's start managing the time that we have. The future is not something that just happens. It is created by what you do today. As the saying goes, you will never find time for anything. If you want time, you must make it. So the question isn't, do you have enough time? But it is, are you spending your time on the right things? Remember, time mastery is not about squeezing every last drop of activity into your day. It's about intentionality. It's about choosing where to invest your life, not just how to spend it. So don't just spend the next 24 hours. Invest them. Your future self is either going to thank you for the foundation you built today or pay the price for the time you wasted. Which version of you are you feeding right now? We are now at the point where it's time for you to reflect on your life. As I always ask, are you prioritizing what truly matters? Are you, my friends, acting with intention, or are you simply wasting time and letting it slip away? Decide today which ideas from this podcast that you will begin to implement into your daily routine and go after it like your life depends on it, because it does. Since we're all due to expire, the question is, what will you do with your life between now and then? I want to thank you for listening today. I'm your host, Corey.